Hello guys and welcome back to our channel International Mentor. So we would be starting our first chapter of business studies and which is named as nature and purpose of business. So basically you would be wondering that what is business? So business is an economic activity which is undertaken to earn money, profit and for personal satisfaction. Business is an economic activity which includes consumption and production of goods and services. So, business is divided further into two main human activities, which are economic activity and non-economic activity. Economic activity are those activities which are undertaken for the motive to earn money. For example, a restaurant cooking a food. So it would be when we would sell the food, it would give profit to us. But non-economic activity does not is not done for the motive of earning money. For example, a mother cooking food for her uh, son. So now we can conclude that economic activities are those activities which are undertaken for the creation of wealth. So these are now divided into three main parts, which are business, profession and employment. And by these activities we can create our wealth. So let's look how we can create our wealth through these. Business. Business is undertaken for the sale, purchase and distribution of goods so that we can earn profit after taking a certain amount of risk. In business, we purchase raw materials to convert them to finished goods and then sell the product for satisfying the customer satisfaction. So, for example, business can be done in the form of manufacturing goods and services and farming, agriculture, etc. The second economic activity which comes is profession. Profession needs specific qualifications and special degrees to acquire knowledge and then working on it and providing services to the customers. So, for example, doctors and teachers. Employment. Employment is done by an individual under a person or a boss working under him to earn a salary or a wage. So the examples of employment are a bank employee or a sales manager or a salesman, etc. So we will study these three economic activities in
I
detail
will
now.
teach you what are the types of economic activities. These are business, profession, and employment. So, in business, there is a production of goods and services. We purchase raw materials and then convert it into the finished goods to satisfy the needs of the customer. This is called as production. Then, in profession, we provide personalized services to the customers and then satisfy their needs. In employment, the work is assisted by the boss and the employee works for the boss. In business, the person who is working is known as entrepreneur. In profession, the person is known as a professional. In an employment, the person is known as an employee. Then, in business, there is no minimum qualification required. A person can be educated or not. It doesn't matter. Then, in profession, qualification and many practices and tests and trials, each and everything is required. And if we do a lot of qualification and highest qualification, we can get a we can get a professional degree. The more qualifications, the more professional we are. In employment, it depends on the job, on the nature of job, that how much qualification is required. In business, the capital depends on the scale of business. So basically, the business can be of large scale and it can be of small scale also. So the capital requirements depends accordingly. In profession, limited capital is required. For example, if a teacher wants to teach, so she would require just a blackboard or some tables and a limited capital and some qualification to continue its professional services. And employment, no capital is required. You just need to go to a company and just work under a boss. In business, there is a lot of risk and uncertainty because risk is the ultimate uh, risk can provide in business, a lot of risk and uncertainty is involved. As if we need a reward that is profit, so we need to take a risk. So, more risk, more profit, less risk, obviously a less profit. So, in profession, there is a little risk. The risk which comes in the profession is the quality of services we are providing to the customer. So, the fees or the charges they are paying for the services, if these are not satisfied by the customer, so they that would be a problem for the professional person that it would degrade its value and goodwill in the market. In employment, there is no risk, but there can be a little risk here also. There can be a risk of security of a job. In business, there can be a transfer of interest. For example, if my mother runs a business, so I can continue that business ahead. But in profession, it is not possible because a doctor cannot transfer its degree to his son. And similarly, it goes with employment also. A job, suppose a navy officer cannot transfer its job to his daughter or son. In business, it is done for the motive to earn profit, but in profession, it is done for the motive to provide services and in fact a quality services or good services to satisfy the customer needs. In employment, it is done for the motive to earn salary or wages. In business, there can be no code of conduct. The way we like, we can just conduct our business. But in professional, it's obvious that more and more code of conduct is required according to the professional association. For example, the CA would follow the rules and regulations which are upgraded in the professional association of CA. So, in employed, it is necessary to work according to the terms and conditions of the business or of the boss who tells that this should be the working of the business. So, the employee needs to work accordingly. But in business, the reward is always the profit. So the more risk you take, the more profit you have. But in profession,